Welcome learners. Today we are going to see about the variable scope in C programming. The concept of variable scope plays a pivotal role in code structure and organizations. Variable scopes defines where in your program a code of variable can be accessed and manipulated. Actually, variable is used to perform some process in our codes, right? So let us know where the variables are used and how they are accessed. There are commonly there are two types, local variable and global variable. Let us see one by one how it works. Okay, first starts with a local scope. Local scope means the variable that is declared inside of functions that can be accessed only inside the functions. That local scope variable cannot be accessed outside the functions. So why this is called local scope? Okay, let's see the example. Here void example function, this is the function name and this is the return type, and inside of functions we declare a variable. Actually the variable name is local var. We can give a data type as int and the value is 10. This is the local scope variable. This variable can be accessed only inside the functions. It cannot access outside the functions. That is, in our programs we use many functions, right? For if we want to access that 10 in another functions, then it is not possible. Inside this function only the local scope is accessed. Let us see a programming example for better understanding. This is an example for local scope variable. As usual, we include a header file and we have created a void example function. This is one type of functions, and inside the main functions we can call any functions. Okay, first we provide a function example function as a function name, and inside that functions we have initialized local variable. That is, the variable name is local var and we have given a value as 10. And we have given a data type as int, and we have to perform some functions like printf functions. Inside the functions the value is 10. This will be printed. If we want to access these as outside the functions, then it's not working. The compiler throw an error because local variable can be accessed only inside the functions of its the own functions. Let us run this. See, inside of a void example function, the printf statement is done. Inside the function, local variable is here we access it by format specifier. Hence, this is the output of this code. Let us see how the global variable works. Okay, what is global variables means? The global variable is declared outside the functions and it can be accessed any of the functions inside the programs. In our program we can declare many functions, right? But the global variable is declared and outside the functions. Inside in our program we can access the global variable for any functions. This is the main difference between the local variable and global variable. Local variable is accessed only inside of that functions, but global variable can be accessed by any functions. Okay, this is how it's declared. Actually it declared outside the functions. Okay, let us see an example for better understanding. Okay, this is an example programmable for global variable. Here let's see, this is the global variable. This is initialized outside the functions. Okay, this is one function. We can declare the global variable outside the functions, not so it can be accessed any functions. Okay, let's comes to this function. Here we also declared that one variable equal to 5. Variable name is local var, and declare the value as 5. If we want to check how the compiler works, so I give an example as a print statement. Inside the functions, global variable is can be accessed, because global variable can be accessed by any functions. Okay, so it's print the global variable value, and it also print the local variable, because we can call the local variable inside this function only, so it will be printed. Let's go for a main function. If we want to call any of the function in the main functions only, okay, here we use the print statement. Here in global variable can be accessed any functions, so right, so we can access the global variable, but see here in this functions the local variable is 5. If we want to access that local variable in the main function, then it is not possible. The compiler will throw an error, because the local variable can be accessed only inside of this functions, and it cannot be accessed by any other function. First run this program and let us check how it works. Okay, it shows inside the functions the global variable value is 10. The global variable value is 10, right? So it can be accessed. And then the local variable value is 5, and this will be printed. Let us check the local variable. We put the local variable inside the main functions, and it's working or not. So I check with first I copied that statement. Here I give the variable name as local var. We can call the local var. Here this is the local. We can call this function to check if it is working or not. Okay, let us run this program. See, here it throws an error, local variable undeclared. As we see earlier, inside of that function only local variable is working. If we want to access that local variable in outside the function, it will be throw an error. In main functions we can't declare any local variable, right? So it shows an error like local var undeclared. This is how it works. Local variable can be accessed only in these functions. Okay, let us change this and see if it's working or not. Yes, it's working. This is how the local and global variable plays an important role in programming. Local variable can be accessed only inside the functions, and the global variable can be accessed any of the functions. A global variable can be declared outside the functions, so it can be accessed by any of the functions. Thank you.
To obtain a course completion certificate, visit our site and finish the rest of the course video. Sign up or sign in, choose your level, watch the video and take the quiz. Finish all the quiz to unlock the final quiz and get your certificate. Happy learning!